It's Wednesday. I had some fill in the car. I think on the last video I had the car filled out with some fill on it. So if you want to come over and take a look at it, or come over and take a look at it, and this is what I've done. I had one coat of fiberglass on the car, and I had one coat of body fill in the car. I sanded the whole thing down with this. That's the way I do it. I sanded the whole thing with this. That told me all my highs and lows. And then I put one more coat of fill on it for pinholes, lows, and that's it. So I've got one coat of fiberglass, two coats of fill. So I filled the fiberglass, a coat of fill, buffed it off with this with a 40 grit. That showed me all my highs and lows. When I come in and filled it again, I filled all the low spots first, and then I give it one big coat again. So I had one playing field to do it again. In the end, you want one level playing field of the whole car. And to get that out of 4 and 5 different coats, yeah, it's a process. Some people can do it and some people can't. I've filled out many cars and I can fill out a car no problem at all. I'm going to show you what exactly happens. Just like a game of cards. Metal's high, fiberglass is in the middle, and the body fill is low. So when you get sand in this stuff, when you hit fiberglass, you know that you're getting close to the metal. So either back off or keep on digging. I would just slow down if you get the fiberglass because you know what's coming next is metal. So if you can't get the rest of the surrounding area to come down to where that fiberglass is, well then you better keep on sanding. You got some lows, right? So when I hit metal, I know that that's it. That's as far as I can go. Unless I want to beat it in and try to fill it and that's wasting your time. Because you should have had all that work done before you done the fill work. You're going to start beating it in and pounding it in, you should have beat it in before you filled it. So when I fill and I hit, like whenever I hit fiberglass, I know I got a high spot there, there's a metal there, there's a metal there, there's a metal there, there's metal there, there's fiberglass there, there's metal there, there's metal there. I know that I'm at the end. So I've done the exact same thing all the way around this car. Every weld has to be covered. If you don't know that, well, I just told you. Take it from me. So when I weld this window in here, all that welding should be covered. You know, let's face it. You know, you might see the car in bare metal and you might think, yeah. But no, when they take it home, they fill it all out and then they paint it. There's nobody painting bare metal. If you're spraying body fill on or you're putting body fill on, it's still fill. I don't give a shit. You can put 10 gallons of primer on your car. It's fill. Anything helps it make it look better is fill. So get off the pot. You think fill's hurting anything. Fill makes everything look good. Look at some of these women around. Fuck, they fill their face and they look great. Anyways, look, I got a high spot here, high spot here, high spot here. I know I'm at the end. All the fill I put it on the exact same way as I put on the fiberglass. I put it on smooth. I'm checking this fiberglass out. The reason I put fiberglass on here is because that's been all welded on each edge. And I want a little fiberglass on that edge. And you check out how smooth that fiberglass is. Like, I'm not going to come around and buff that off with anything. I'm just going to knock the head off a little piece here and there, and I'm going to fill it. I don't want to knock that. It's very thin. I don't use fiberglass as filler. Fill is fill, fiberglass, fiberglass. Fiberglass, I'll use it over top of the welds. So all the welds I'm going to cover. Where it's welded, I'm going to cover. And I don't want to bust through it, so I put a little fill on top of it. I know I repeat myself, but sometimes you just got to. But it's going pretty good. I had a little problem over here. I didn't like the fender. It was kind of sticking out there wrong. So I'm going to repair that, and that's what's going to slow me down. I got a little repair job going on here. You know, I just didn't like it. So I'm going to shrink it. I cut there, and I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to dolly it. I'm going to hammer it, and I'm going to make it look pretty. I'll weld it back together. But this side is, you know, this side of the roof's filled out too. Inside the trunk, across the back. When you come in here and you lay that fill on, you imagine now. You go in here and lay some fill on, mix some fill out and put it in there. Without thinning that down and putting it in there with your finger and stuff, you'd be there for days. And it's got to be done, you know. And I ain't got days. So we're going to keep on cruising. Oh, I got to show you this thing here. So I've got a new employee. Her name is Sparkles, Sexy, and Jolene. Whatever you want to call her. I got this metal violin this guy made. Pretty cool, right? He bent it all up. He wants a face made for it. So he had a pattern there, and we cut the pattern out. Now I'm going to get sparkles go around that edge and smooth that all off to make that look good. And we're going to put a little roundness in it, and we'll cut these little pieces over here. We're going to put the face on that metal violin. Looks pretty good against that car, doesn't it? Cars and guitars! All right, we'll keep on filming. We'll let you know. If you're watching this video, you know what day it is. Right! You late, Jesus, right? Primed the car, filled this half side out, primed it, took all the rivets out of the standing metal here, all the spline, took them all out because I couldn't sand the car and had to fill on top of that and jam my fingers off. I just had to take them out. Took them out of the cover here, took them out of the back here, took them all out of this side. It looks real good, you know. I can't wait to get some paint on that car because it's bad. It's gonna look real good. Like, you ain't gonna know this from the real thing or not. When she drives down the road, you're gonna say, "Oh Jesus Christ, there goes a $40 million car." This is how I done it. I did it all with this. Sanded the whole car with this. Did all that with that. All this. All the roof. All the side. Most of the fender. And all down the back. This part here, this little block I said I don't like to use. Well, sometimes you got to. Down in here, I did that in here. You know, in between the fender and the body. I had to, you know, get a block and there was no other way to do it. Then we made a little piece of foam, stuck some 40 grit to it, and that's how we swooped her down in here. Itty bitty sparkles got down in there. I said the first job you get when you're a drywaller is the closet. So I give her down in there. First job she got was down in there where the body man starts. And then just a big old piece of 40 grit hand paper. Sand them fenders. You ain't gonna get nothing round with something flat. That makes sense? Makes sense to me. Then I went around and sanded it all off with a piece of 80 grit. Take the scratches out of the 40 grit. So there you go. 40 grit, 40 grit, 40 grit, and 40 grit. And then an 80 grit. And then I throw on primer. It hasn't got to do here. I'll show you next time what I use. I use good primer. That is 2 coats of primer on this half and this side. I got some primer on. Most of this side. Haven't repaired this fender yet. I just haven't. But she's looking real good. I just haven't repaired this side of the fender yet. I got some round rod to go up and around there. And yeah, I haven't got back at it. So this side is done too. So probably, right before I take off to Cali, this thing probably should be in primer. I'm hoping. And then there's a lot of work when I get back. I don't know. Yeah. I'll just get to work. This trunk lid's turning out nice. We're a little tight up in here. That means I have to do some work up in there to make that, you know, better. And we're going to have to do some, she's low over here, so we're going to have to do some fill work there, some bending there to make that fit better. But other than that, it's looking the real deal. You know something? I love building cars, and as I go and build cars, my thing is 50s American big old cars, sleds, you know, custom guy. I like that. But as a builder, geez, I like building cars that, you know, you can't afford. There's so many people who couldn't afford this that would want this, and I enjoy that. So one thing I might just keep on ticking with these cars that, you know, are out of everybody's reach. But I can build it. We'll see what happens. We're just going to keep on cruising. Sparkles made me a drink, but by the time we got the goddamn pages loaded, we were gone. Thanks, baby. Cheers. Happy Friday.